Alexander Isak. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect LFC. I'm your host Sam and we are back again with another one. Liverpool signed Alexander Isak on the transfer deadline day, and now it's been some days since he has been signed. Of course, not really. In fact, it's just one day since he has been signed, and of course, a lot of people have heard what they had to say, and I have been going through over social media, and it feels like what's been trending at the moment is character attack of the personality and what it does, which of course at the end of the day decisions or promises were made and they were broken, and it was separation was the best thing for both parties, according to Alexander Isak. That's what he said on his Instagram post in his statement, in which maybe at the end of the day Newcastle saw as it was the right thing, hence why they called up Liverpool to come and finish up the deal for Alexander Isak. It has been done. He is now officially a Liverpool player. So what has been happening over social media with Newcastle-based journalists trying to attack his character in the few last years and stuff like that. I don't think it's fair on the player, especially with people talking about how he has been a good player in all the things that's been done. I don't think it's fair. I think what we are supposed to be looking at right now is what he is and what he would do to a big club like Liverpool. What can he achieve? He has already shown what he's capable of doing at Newcastle. We have seen what he has been caused, the chaos he created, especially every single time when he was playing against my midfield, my defense. Virgil van Dijk hated a day with Isak every single time when we came to Newcastle. He got a red card. And I never said so many times of Virgil van Dijk getting a red card, but with Isak, he got a red card and he has scored some world goals just because of how good he is in controlling himself along centre back. So he is a guy who's really well proven, and I'm sure he will show what he'll do. So I'm gonna do a player analysis of looking at what we are expecting and what we will see from Alexander Isak. So one thing that I want to explain is his style and his professional versatility. I think I should say it like that, and the way he's able to play in the positions and what he does. So in some of the research I was doing here, this is what they were saying. Isak is a modern forward who contributes phys- technical and physic and finesse, physic and presence, and the technical intelligence, standing at about 1.92 meters. He is primarily a center forward, but can also play as a second striker or even on the left wing, showcasing his adaptability across systems, his ability to operate in tight space. That sounds like I'm talking about Hugo Ekitike if you're listening to me, if you're listening to this. Tight spaces, link up play, and make intelligent runs, making him effective in various technique and setup forms and position based on team to counter press or attack or attacking sides. At Newcastle under Ed Howe, he thrived as a focal point in the pressing 4-3-3, while his recent move to Liverpool suggests he could fit well into Arne Slot's fluid attacking system. So from reading that, if we remember so well, you remember that Arne Slot has always talked about needing a forward who can fit in different positions, who can play in different positions. Like, sorry for that, I feel like it's just a bit, but okay. A forward who can play in different position, who is adaptable in any position. He can offer more. He can play on the right, left as well. Wherever we put him across the front three, he can do a job. He wanted a player in which can cover those positions and help being able to score, as well as also scoring, as well as also playing with the team, putting the team better, and actually helping this team work in terms of their attack. Something that we've seen that Hugo Ekitike is very comfortable with. He's still adapting to the league, of course, but he's very comfortable with. Alexander Isak is Premier League proven. He has already shown he can do this. So many defense fear to deal with him every single time. Now read this: technical abilities and his ball control, his strength, one of his powerful strength. So Isak's skill, first touch, and close ball control are exceptional for a player for his height. He can receive a ball, pass under pressure, and maintain position, often turning defenders with quick footwork. His dribbling ability ranking in the 98th percentile for the forward in the Premier League, allowing him to glance past opponents in one-on-one situation using physique as well as change of pace. His depth at play, his adapt at playing with his back to goal, facilitating link-up play with teammates, which is crucial for teams like Liverpool. They rely on in that type of way of playing where somebody can play looking back of being the focal point who holds up the ball, release it at some point and help in terms of building up. Hugo Ekitike has already shown some of those signs so that you can see the player profile of what Arne Slot is looking for. Hence why the team has always felt that yes, we have Hugo Ekitike, shows he looks like he's gonna be a problem, but also they needed to add into that. I don't know how this is going to play because Hugo Ekitike is also comfortable playing with a player on the side as well as very good at receiving the ball against his will and also can play in a different position. He's not only rigid at one position. So that's what makes this Liverpool team really, really strong, especially after adding Alexander Isak, because we are looking at how he will improve the team, how he will help the team, and how he will actually offer going forward. How is he going to be very good in his movements, his passes, and how that can actually help the team in the long run. So clinical finishing. Isak is a lethal finisher with the 23 goals and 6 assists in 2024-2025 season, Premier League in just 34 matches, ranking him third among the league's top scorers. His expected goal XG, yes, for 19.37 suggests he slightly outperformed his chances, highlighting his composure in front of a goal. Notable performances include his hat-trick against Ipswich Town, where he scored 3 goals from 5 shots, including the fastest away goal in Newcastle Premier League history, which was 25 seconds or 20 in 50, close to 26 seconds, because it's 25.95 seconds. So that's one thing that is really interesting, because if we talk about Isak, we are always talking about goals, but also I don't think goals actually covers it as well, because it's really good at helping the team coming in, working together and being able to help the team go forward and be very, 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 very pivotal in however the team is going to be playing. Like that's one thing that Alexander Isak is really good at, and that's one thing that we're going to be looking at as well as Liverpool, because I think it's going to be exciting how he builds up from that and how he helps the team to get to the position which they want to get. So I'm really excited to see how he's going to really improve Alexander Isak. So intelligent movement and positioning, that's one thing that people have always talked about, because I saw a video just recently, a tactical video, talking about how he's able to see who has the ball and how he can position himself to receive the ball easily. Something I think we can learn so much from. I think Hugo Ekitike will be very, very, you really love to learn more about that, especially in terms of positioning, how that can actually help the team. So this is what the researcher to say. Isak's off the ball Isak's off the ball movement is a standout trial. He frequently positions himself between defenders to exploit their blind spots, creating space space for his runs in behind or receiving crosses. With his with these wide runs in the box, with these vivid runs into the box, alternating between near or far post, making him unpredictable and difficult to mark. His awareness allows him to capitalize on defenders' lapses, as seen in his ability to create 6 chances in the 2024-2025 season. When we're talking about knowing how to take advantages of sports and picking tight spots to take advantages of where the defenders are and how to take advantage of the blind spot, I can only remind you the goal that he scored against Liverpool when we played them at their home ground. I noticed the way that Van Dijk was positioned, and his movement trying to cover Isak, and when he turned, the ball was already in the back of the net. It's never easy to do something like that to Virgil van Dijk, but this guy is able to do it with ease. Hence why he is one of the most important players in doing so, and that's how I think it's going to help the team going forward. So I'm really excited about that. Positioning, it's everything for a striker. And I think if he's able to just get that opportunity with the way Liverpool create, because we can all be honest, Liverpool I think creates more chances than Newcastle. And I think if we are able to do this, I know we're still a work in progress. We are not even yet there at our best. We're still building the team to get to where we want to be. If that happens, I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Physical contribution at 9.9 at 1.92 meters, Isak's contributes height with agility in winning aerial duels in the 2024-2025 60 in the Premier League. His physicality aids in holding up play and winning fouls, while his pace allows him to explore spaces behind defensive line and the passing and work rate. Isak's purposefully press fitness mode, high intensity system, he ranked highly in tackles, which is around 163, and blocks, which are 22, contributing and defensively while maintaining his output. So we need people who are attacking demons. One thing I can tell you, Nunez was an attacking demon, but sometimes you could feel like his attacking was at some point not making any sense, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to hedge on the guy because sometimes he wins the ball and you expect him to do something and it just doesn't. Isak is very good at that, covering space, knowing how to put pressure on the team and how he uses it. And by the way, this guy is really fast. Don't take that for granted. And it's going to be amazing. His work rate, how he's able to cover space. It's going to be really, really good to see how this one happens. But I'm sure that he can be worked on and he can even improve to get better. Some of his weaknesses are defensive contribution. Of course, I don't really expect him to be coming back defensively so much time. I think he's more needed to go forward. Because while Isak can pass if efficiently, his overall defensive contribution is considered a weak aspect of his game. He tends to avoid diving into tackles, with which limit his impact on deeper defensive phases. I don't think the reason why he doesn't want to dive into some those crazy tackles is because he gets injured frequently. So it's just a way of protecting him. And you don't want your goal scorer to be finding himself in tackles, something that Darwin strive upon, by the way. But we don't want him to find himself there because we need him always active. Because one of his weaknesses is actually his injury concern. Isak has faced injury setbacks such as thigh injury in 2025, which led them training alone during Newcastle's preseason. No, we're not buying that one. Let's just leave that one. Let's move on. His availability has been questioned, notably when he went on strike before his Liverpool transfer, missing Newcastle's training opener. I'm not getting into that. I'm not even looking into that. Let's just move on. His consistency in high pressing pressure games. While Isak has shown in many matches, some analysts noted that he is less impactful in tight, consistent games against top tier defensive, where his decisions making pressure under pressure occasionally is fertile. This is an area of growth which he can adapt in Liverpool's high press. I think one thing that we can also agree into this, sometimes it doesn't even have to do something, because even though they're saying what I'm just reading right now, look at how much he has always impacted Arsenal, and people say Arsenal is the best defense in the world. So I think it's just a situation of him, how maybe he shows up. It doesn't really show so many times. It shows up when it matters and it disappears. Which is going to be really interesting to see how that one works on. And I'm really, really excited over this Alexander Isak deal, what he will offer for the team and what will happen for him. But let's see what happens, people. I just want to give you a better analysis, and I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. How many goals do you think Alexander Isak is going to score this season? And what do you expect from him, Hugo Ekitike, Salah, Cody Gakpo. How will Liverpool set this whole entire thing up? I'm really excited over that one, because one of the things that we need to analyze, and I think that's really important, we have just signed some of the best players in Florian Wirtz, one of the best players in terms of the attacking midfielders. Then Alexander Isak, one of the best finishers we have seen in a long time, and what he offers going forward, and so forth and so on. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. How are you looking at it? How are you excited about it? What do you expect to see from Isak going forward? Like that video, subscribe to the Connect. By the way, if you're wondering, did I do the breaking news when he signed for Liverpool? Go check out the Football Connect. I did a live stream where I was talking about my excitement of Alexander Isak. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Sam, and I'll see you in another one. Please smile, because it's going to be an exciting season. TFC.